Good evening, and welcome to NewsNow's special report of the supposedly violent protests that are happening at Glasgow as we speak. This comes after the NewsNow versus WelshRoblox case, in which WelshRoblox was found liable in the case, and it seems that the protesters have gone out to defend the CEO of Warner Media, and as they speak are conducting a supposedly violent protest, although those reports are yet to be confirmed. As we speak right now, it seems, that anyway, so as we know, let's go over some facts that we already know and what could link this protest to the case. WelshRoblox, he was found liable for defamation, and he made a statement after that saying that he was disappointed. Although the reports were yet to be confirmed, apparently some protesters went into the courtroom and started protesting in favour of the Warner Media CEO, and although it's yet to be confirmed, we still have no idea how. I'm just waffling at this, but the point is, oh my god, I swear to god, I'm going to shoot myself. Anyway, this protest is started since the case ended. Well, since WelshRoblox was found liable, and protesters right now, although as you can see on your screen, seems there's gunshots here and there. We still don't know if what's currently happening apart from that corner of the street. And right now, Dean, our Heathcote, is in the helicopter at Glasgow. So Dean, we're going to pass it to you. What's going on over there?
Thank you very much, Noah. We are seeing quite a few violent skirmishes and clashes in Glasgow right now following the court verdict, Warner Media versus News. Established, the court had a verdict in favour of NewsNow that defamation was caused by Warner Media. A statement was released earlier by the owner or the chairman of Warner Media, WelshRoblox, to which he said he was disappointed with the verdict. As established, there are some violent scenes in Glasgow that we believe are tied with the result, or rather the court verdict. A lot of the violent scenes we've had are in favour of Warner Media from what we've seen and from what is happening in Glasgow right now. Nothing has escalated too much yet. We haven't seen sort of the scale of violence that we saw last election. However, we are seeing some violent clashes and some brawls on the streets of Glasgow right now.
Thank you very much, Dean. Well, with that, it seems to be a violent protest based on the shots and gunshots we're hearing at Glasgow. So, yeah, we're just gonna monitor that as time goes on. So right now it seems to be, well, it's confirmed a protest is going on. People are shooting all over the place. The question is, what's going to happen? How quickly would the Gardaí de-escalate this before it's too late? Now, let's go over some major facts that led up to the defamation case. So, if we can go back here, if I can pull up, I don't know if it's been deleted, but give me a second. I'll just find that tweet in question. I don't know if it's been deleted. I think it's been deleted. I'm not too sure. But anyway, with that being said, Warner Media made a defamatory comment to NewsNow. I can't remember exactly what it was, but they made a defamatory comment. I'd have to find out exactly what it is. I'd have to take me a while to look at the to find where that tweet is. But the point is that they made a defamatory comment it's obviously that Now Corp didn't like it, and Tom J. Whitaker sued on behalf of NewsNow and Now Corp. And I am in the Guardi Discord, and it seems that they're going to be deployed right now. And it seems that based on unconfirmed rumors, that the stop and search have been declared under the Criminal Justice Act. So what this basically means is that the Guardi, without any particular reason, they can basically search people whenever they feel like it. They could go and search a random citizen if they wanted to. So it basically gives them that power under the Criminal Justice Act. And throughout the case, Warner Media did make some tweets about it to NewsNow, and I've basically, what I'm meaning to say is the NewsNow and Warner Media accounts were going at it at each other while the case was ongoing, making all sorts of comments, and really, Warner Media and NewsNow don't really have that good of a relationship as we see. But the defendant, WelshRoblox, tried to claim that the NewsNow, or Now Corp, has a reputation of stealing employees. WelshRoblox did come close to seeing him found in contempt of court. So I'll go over this more later, but it seems that there's some new events going on at Glassmore, so I will pass over to Dean. Dean, what's going on over there?
Thank you very much. We have taken fire in the time that you have been speaking. It seems that scenes are getting more violent. We have taken a few shots in our direction. Thankfully, we are wearing press vests, so our cameraman is safe. He's not dead. He's all okay now. But we are taking fire. Where we are right now, it's fairly quiet. We're not yet at the NewsNow helicopter. We are currently on the streets. There's a few demonstrators here making comments. We'll see if we'll be able to talk to one of them soon. But here we see someone verbally abusing us. He's calling us scum.
There's WelshRoblox as we speak. There he is.
Welsh is right here.
He's now scum. He's calling us scum.
Yes, I believe he is calling us scum here, but that's all right.
He's calling us scum, but he wants to do an interview. Let's see if we can get him on.
Yes, we are getting a little bit of verbal abuse here, Noah, from people. It may be best for us to get out of Dodge so we possibly don't get assaulted. He has just said anyone got a gun. I think that's a bit of a threat. I think that might be a threat from the chairman of Warner Media there. We'll keep the camera trained on him. It's not a threat. All right, maybe don't request a gun next time in front of our cameraman. That would be a wise idea. It can be interpreted as a bit threatening. Okay, well, I don't know what's coming to us. I don't know what is coming to us. Okay, well, he's walked away from us now. As you can see, a little bit of verbal abuse here. We did take fire earlier, but nobody there is armed. Nobody there is, shooting at us right now, at least. So we don't know whether the scenes are getting more violent or not, but the skirmishes are still happening. And we've got Danka Linov here. Welcome, Danka. It's good to meet you. Hope you're having a lovely day. Love your work, sir. It's wonderful. But yeah, right now, scenes are still remaining quite violent. Thankfully, again, just to reiterate, we haven't been shot at just yet, other than earlier. But we seem to be fine. Someone's accusing us here of lying. We're not liars, and he's walked away from us now. But yes, back to the studio. We'll keep you updated, Noah. Let's get out of Dodge quickly, Dan. Take the camera.
Thank you very much, Dean, and hopefully you and Dan can stay safe. I hope you're all right. So yeah, that's kind of funny that he called us ironic. Probably reeling from the case, but people can get angry here and there. It's not an attack at Welsh, but people can get angry when they lose cases, so it's kind of understandable he calls us scum or whatever. And yeah, they're really turning on us, but you know, that's their issues. You know, we'll have to just respect their opinion. Anyway, so with that being said, we shall continue. So, as you see, the scene is getting more violent by the second, and the Gardaí has been deployed. This has been confirmed. Well, my sources have confirmed to me that the Gardaí has been deployed, and a stop and search will be declared under the Criminal Justice Act. What remains to be seen right now in terms of escalation or de-escalation remains to be seen, but we'll just have to see what happens.
We've just sorry to interrupt. Where we're standing right now, we've come under fire. Quite literally, honestly, there was a fire, or I believe a petrol bomb of some kind that was thrown in our direction. It's thankfully been extinguished, but we have just had a petrol bomb thrown in our direction. Welsh is still here. There's someone that looks like our dear president as well. I don't know who that is, but yes, we're still in the same area. We've not seen many guards around at all. So I know you were saying earlier, Noah, that they have implemented a stop and search policy and that they have been deployed to Glasmore.
It's unconfirmed at the moment that they have implemented.
My apologies, yeah, it's unconfirmed, and we still can't confirm it here necessarily. We haven't seen anything. If we can move the camera off the paramilitary men, that'd probably be a good idea.
Yeah, you get out there.
Yeah. There is an armed man there, so we are going to quickly get out of Dodge. The Garda is here now. They have arrived. Oh dear. Okay. We are under fire. We're under fire. The car has just been detonated in front of us. Yeah, this is not good. This is not good at all, Noah. The area does seem to be under attack. I believe we have just witnessed some shootings there. There is an armed man in front of us there. I don't know who that is. Yeah, I believe it.
But I get confirmation for the WelshRoblox that's been shooting. I believe
can't
that is the
confirm
barrister.
I don't know if that is, but
It does look quite similar. I will not lie.
They have just died in front of our very eyes. Oh dear. But yeah, there's some crowds here. They know that we're filming, hence why they're sort of crowding around the camera here. Yeah, we've not been fired at. Yeah, we seem to be fine now. We're standing in the middle of the road here. I believe this is the high street. Correct me if I'm wrong, cameraman. But we are sort of in the main area. Yeah, we are. Thanks to the nods with the camera. I'm standing right beside you, but that's okay. We have got a doctor here. We don't require. Oh dear, we've taken fire. We've taken fire. Back to the studio quickly. We've taken fire.
Okay, so back to the studio. Camera's been under fire. We don't know what's going on. They've had to leave in a bit of a hurry, which is understandable. But Dan, if you could check your DMs, by the way, that'd be great. Anyway, so yeah, we're under fire. They do kind of heavily hate us, but protests erupt. And oh, hang on. Oh, okay. So basically, what I've just been told, unconfirmed reports. It's unconfirmed, so we can't confirm this yet. But apparently, WelshRoblox has been planning these riots. There's been unconfirmed reports that he planned this. We have no way to back this claim, but we have been told that unconfirmed reports by a source that he has been planning this since the case, before the case started. May I suggest? We can't confirm this yet, so we can go back to the streets, as you can see, and.
We do have something to show on camera. If we can quickly go back to us. Sorry for interrupting. We did see a citizen here who is talking to us now. He believes that Welsh has done nothing wrong. He has not done anything wrong. Obviously, earlier today, the case verdict was that Warner Media did defame NewsNow. That was the verdict from the courts. He has told us now that our lies have started it. You can probably see here. Welsh has also approached us here. Lovely to meet you, Welsh. He'd like to issue a statement. Yes, do give your statement.
Do it on VC if he wants an interview, of course. But anyway,
we can give an interview here. That's completely fine. I believe he is.
He can type anyway. Go ahead.
Yes, he would like to issue a statement. Yes, what statement would you like to give, Mr. Roblox? Does this mean that you're working? Oh dear, we've lost him. I think. Oh, there he is. We got him back. Are you endorsing the actions of radical action? I mean, didn't you just thank them for their work? Yes, our streamer. Oh dear. So we've just suddenly become nighttime, I think. We have these dramatic changes in the weather. He thanks Radical Action, okay, for its hard work. Right. Back up a little bit, we can't see what he's saying.
He thanks his staff for their support, he said.
Alright, I see, yeah. So, would you say, Mr. Welsh, that you said you didn't plan the riots, that it was unplanned, but you're also endorsing and saying that the riots should continue until you get justice? Right, I see. So you endorse the riots. I believe we're being interrupted here by another person. So you endorse the riots. Okay, right. Thank you very much. Is there anything else you would like to say, Mr. Welsh? Go on. Oh dear, we are being attacked. Let's probably get out of Dodge. Oh dear. Yeah, we've taken fire. We have taken fire, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go back to the studio for Noah's analysis on what Mr. Welsh has said.
Thank you, and I'll talk to Bean in a minute. I'll ask him a couple of questions in a minute once he gets out of Dodge. But meantime, yes, I will give my analysis right now. So, what I find really interesting is he says that he didn't plan this, right? But he also endorses the actions, and he says we'll riot until we get justice. And as you can see on your screen, there is current fire. There is a fire going on. Oh, the camera seems to be. We've just lost signal from the camera there. So we'll have to wait for the signal to come back, whenever that may be. So what I will say right now is this has been a very interesting evening. You have the court case, which was found in now Corpse's favour and made WelshRoblox liable to the charge of defamation. And really, what we see is now Warner Media Chief Executive Officer WelshRoblox saying, "I am not behind the protest," but he well, he's not behind the protests, but he will riot. They will riot until they get justice, whatever the hell that means. We don't know exactly what he means by they will get justice, but we shall see. And we do apologise for the blackout. We hope to be back in very soon. But in the meantime, okay. The cameraman's just told me about what's happened. So we do apologise for the delay in the screening. He's dropped his computer on the floor, so that's what he told us. But anyway, we shall continue. So, Dean, are you there?
Yes, we are there. Sorry, our camera took a little bit of fire earlier, so we are currently trying to work on just a very quick fix. We do have a bundle of flex tape here, so it should be fine. We'll get it fixed in a minute.
Okay.
I believe we fixed it now, actually. It's flex steel. The flex steel did the job. We've got a little bit of footage here from a member of Radical Action, apparently.
Who wants to speak?
So we're getting a member of Radical Action here, sort of speaking to our camera. I believe he's giving us a small statement about what would you like to say to us, sir? What is it you would like to tell us?
Drag him in, drag him in. I'll interview him once he gets in.
Just so you know, Noah, everyone can hear you talking backstage, but let's see what they have to say.
Oh, shit.
So, before we go on to any guests, we've got a member of Radical Action here. Oh, yeah. You might want to get the camera back on him. Get the camera back on him. He hadn't finished yet. So we've got a member of Radical Action here, firmly on the side of WelshRoblox, that he will keep protesting.
I'd just like to interrupt you real quick. I've just been given some images of a Discord server made by WelshRoblox, which is called the WelshRoblox Fan Club, and it seems that him and 3 other people are in a VC right now, and they are apparently, I think they have planned this. They've in one of the screenshots I've seen, one of them has said, "With anger, we declare war on the Republic of Ireland and NewsNow." So it means his fan club and whoever may be part of it have declared war on the country and on one news company, which is a bit interesting, but you know. So Dean, I'd just like to ask you a couple of questions real quick. Really, what's your analysis of the scene?
Well, my analysis is things have gotten very violent in the last 10 minutes, I'd say. Whereas earlier we didn't see a very high presence of doctors or police or the guards or anything like that. But now we're starting to see them come out in numbers. Right next to us, we've got quite a few ambulances who are tending to the wounded because of the violence today. Obviously, we've seen that members of Radical Action and the Irish Defenders are supporting WelshRoblox, stating that they will fight to give him justice, and that they will fight the Republic of Ireland and NewsNow. We've got some people crowding around the camera here. We might want to move out of dodge just to make sure.
Sorry to interrupt you, but I've just seen a tweet from Warner Media official Twitter account at Warner News RBX, and they have just confirmed that Radical Action and the Irish Defenders have joined the efforts to gain justice for WelshRoblox. So it seems that Warner Media have endorsed them. WelshRoblox did endorse them, but it seems that the whole company, Warner Media, have endorsed the actions made by Radical Action and the Irish Defenders. So Dean, I forgot my question now. I'll just continue the analysis, and if I remember, I'll ask you.
That's fine.
Really, the scene is obviously quite tense, and seeing the tweet from Warner Media endorsing Radical Action and the Irish Defenders, it's not looking good for them. I will say. It's really not looking good for them. So there's a lot of protests as we speak. There's a lot of protests as we speak. The scene is quite busy. There's a lot of ambulances around there. I think the Guardia have deployed, which means that the unconfirmed reports were true. Stop and search ability they have under the Criminal Justice Act of whatever year it was has been implemented, and I don't know how many Guardia officers have been deployed, but it seems that there's been quite a few, especially in this kind of scene. It seems that WelshRoblox, based on the screenshots that I got from an unnamed and video that I got from an unnamed source, who I shall not name for privacy reasons, or whatever reasons you like to call it. It seems that the unconfirmed reports that he has been planning this is true. It's based on the screenshots. So I'm not saying that he has done, but it's based on the screenshots. It's looking like it's true. But we shall see. And it seems that they have been coordinating this attack, and what Dean has claimed that he's not planned this seems to be false. But we'll wait throughout the evening and get more info as we see it. But yeah, we'll just have to see what happens from there. I don't know what happened from here in terms of Warner Media, but it's really not looking good for Warner Media if they're really endorsing this kind of stuff, because let's be honest, you can't endorse bloody protest like this. You have to say this. What I will say is, it is quite interesting that they decided to protest, honestly. Oh, and hang on. Okay, so I've just been told that there's something going on at Glassmore. So, Dean, what is going on?
Yes, sorry to interrupt, but we are seeing a larger police presence now. Obviously, we're right here near one of the ambulances and near the guards. We got a statement earlier. We were handed a piece of paper from a member of the Irish Islamic Council. We were handed a piece of paper. I'll read it out now. They've told NewsNow that they would ask all civilians to stay safe at the current time. I would like to ask everyone remains respectful of Muslims who will be breaking their fast soon due to it being around iftar time. But also ask everyone to remain civil, which we will host an Irish Islamic Council meeting soon for all members of the public. It's a brief statement we were just handed following the violence in Glassmore, where the Irish Islamic Council does operate and has a small but loyal following. We are seeing continued scenes here, especially from Radical Action. We've not seen many Irish defenders, and we actually were told earlier, we've heard words from Cheese Greater Mayfair, who is...
We've lost signal from the cameraman. So we'll be back at the studio. Sorry, Dean, for interrupting, but we've lost signal from the camera. But yeah, Dean, if you're still there, I'd just like to ask you a question. Of course, Warner Media, they've basically endorsed and basically from the screenshots and video that I've seen. Do you think that this protest was planned, which has contradicted WelshRoblox's previous statement that he didn't plan this?
Sorry, we did lose connection briefly, so I didn't hear your full question, but we've still got scenes here. We've established contact once again.
I'll say my question again. Based on the tweet that we've seen from Warner Media endorsing the actions made by Irish defenders and the Irish and the Radical Action group, and of course the videos and screenshots that I've been sent, contradicting WelshRoblox's previous statement that the protest wasn't planned. Do you think it's looking good for Welsh as of this present moment, or not?
Well, the violent scenes tell us that Welsh definitely has quite a loud crowd in favour of Warner Media here. We are being attacked. Christ, better get out of Dodge. Back to the studio. We're going to quickly rush out of here.
Alright, so we're back to the studio. We'll wait for them to get out of Dodge real quick. Now, it's not looking good for them, if I'm honest. This protest was all because of a court case. It didn't really have to go like this, did it? But, you know, that's just life. So, what we're seeing really is, never mind. I thought I was a ping, but no. So, what I really find interesting is that Warner Media endorsed the actions. And also, it seems like someone was being arrested, but nope. They were shot. I think Gardaí were arresting someone or searching them, and the yellow guy shot him. As you can see on the streets, it is getting violent. The Gardaí have been deployed, or it's the IDF. I'm not too sure. I believe the Gardaí. Oh, there's been. I think that was the barrister for WelshRoblox that just shot him, and now
he is indeed aiming a gun at us. Just to interrupt, he's walked away now. Oh dear, we're under fire once again. I don't know if he shot us from a distance there. Back to you.
Yeah, back to me. And get on that helicopter quick before things get violent. Anyway, so what I will say really is this is turning out to be a hell of a lot more tense than what we originally thought. But you know, that's life. Things do happen out of our control. What I will say is, if WelshRoblox really did plan this, then he is a disgrace to Ireland. If that's true. So I say again. Say in my DMs. I couldn't hear you. Anyway, sorry, the cameraman was one of the producers was talking to me, but I couldn't hear him, so I'm asking him to DM me. Anyway, oh, I've just got it. Yeah, they should be banned. They should be banned. If this is true, then it should be banned because we shouldn't be allowing this. But yeah, that's life. Things happen and out of our control. Anyway, let's continue. So, really, I think this protest is just getting out of control. I mean, I understand that they're doing this because they're angry, but they could be peaceful. But of course, it's not peaceful for them because I'm seeing on the. As you can see, I'll continue commentating for us. As you can see, a house is on fire. I don't know how that caused, but it's probably most likely from a Molotov. So yeah, we'll just hand over to Dean, our Heathcote, and Dan for that. So Dean, over to you. What is happening at that scene?
Thank you very much. Yeah, we are witnessing quite a large fire here. Someone is screaming and shot their gun in the air. They're saying that that they are everywhere and that we will fail, or whatever that's meant to mean. Scenes are getting quite violent here. There's an ambulance in the distance there, though we're waiting on the guards to arrive and hopefully restore order to the area. Something that I was trying to say earlier but couldn't due to us taking fire, which we have once again. Back to the studio. We're going to get out of here.
Yes, and get out of there. Get on the helicopter, please. But anyway, hang on. Okay, sorry about that. So what I was saying really is, as you can see, the protest has escalated. In terms of this protest, it's obviously become a mess. So that's the thing to put it. But I don't know why the cameraman and Dean are in a helicopter yet. I think they're probably because of some issues with the helicopter. Their engine is failing or something, is what I've been told. But really, in terms of Glassmore, it's a mess right now. And what's really funny and what's really interesting is that WelshRoblox claimed that he didn't plan this protest, but based off the photos that we've been given and video by an unnamed source, it contradicts his previous statement. So that's the thing to put it. They should. The thing is, I don't know what to say anymore. It's gone out of hand. It's just a court case. Like, honestly, when will it stop? But I don't think they'll be stopping for a while now, because, as you can see, it seems that as WelshRoblox said, they will riot until they get justice. Hang on, I just need to ask the producer something.
Just to interrupt you for a bit, we obviously, as you've seen on the camera from us here on the ground, we have been threatened quite a bit by people on the streets. We've had quite a lot of verbal abuse thrown at us, directed at NewsNow. We've got a member of the Irish Islamic Council speaking to us here. We are here to do our job, so please, aside. Got a Garda, the guard are here as well. But yeah, things are getting a bit violent on the streets now. We're going to follow the member of the Irish Islamic Council for a bit. They might be able to get us out of Dodge for a little bit, because we've taken quite a bit of fire in the last 10 minutes. I know our cameraman has a few ricochets and bullets to the chest and to the back, but we do have our press vests, so we are okay. We're going to enter this building here and take shelter for a bit, if it lets us in, that is. There's a member of, I believe it's the paramilitary man here. Can't confirm that. It is just based solely on uniform, but that's fine. We are in what I believe is a safe place now. I believe we'll take some words. We'll see what they have to say here. The member of the Islamic Council here, and this member of one of the paramilitaries. He might identify himself shortly. We don't know. He's free to if he wishes to. But we heard confirmation earlier from the leader, and this is something I've been trying to say 3 times now, from the leader of the Irish Defenders, Cheese Greater Mayfair, who'd said earlier that the Irish Defenders were not partaking in the violence today, which does make sense. We haven't seen a member of the Irish Defenders. We have a member of the IRA here, apparently, but we've not had a member of the Irish Defenders. We've not seen them on the streets, from what we've seen, at least. So that would be in line with what we've currently seen. We have seen members of Radical Action, as we saw earlier. We had a statement from that member of Radical Action earlier, who said they would not stop rioting and they would continue to fight for justice for WelshRoblox. That's the current situation right now. Apparently this person's a member of the Irish Defenders. Can we get a comment from you, sir? Who, again, we can't necessarily confirm if they're a member, but this is what they have to say. They're going to fight for what's right. There's multiple people here. For justice for Warner Media, that's what the member of the suspected member of the Irish Defenders is saying here. Again, we can't necessarily confirm that they are members of these paramilitary groups. It is very easy to don gear similar to paramilitaries within the Republic of Ireland, but that is what they're claiming, and that is their statement that they're giving. I believe there's a person here who was the lawyer or the barrister for Welsh here, saying that the courts of justice must be reformed. You can see them just there behind the representative for the Irish Islamic Council and the IRA man here. There's a claim here that Dylan has been bribed by NewsNow, which is, of course, an unfounded claim. They've got claims here that the judge was biased and so forth here, which is obviously rhetoric that places doubt on Ireland's criminal justice system. So we are having quite a lot of statements given here to us from multiple people. They're saying that they will attack our headquarters here, the IRA man. And we're having a gun aimed at us now from the barrister. Could you put your gun down? That's not... Yeah, put your gun down, please. Come on, don't show violence on air. I believe we're being blocked now by the member for the council. So we got press vests. It's fine. We got press vests. Yeah, they are fighting for control over the camera here. Might want to back up a bit just to give them a bit more space. There's a fire. There's a fire. We need to get out of the way. Back to you, Noah. We're going to quickly rush out of here.
All right, and I've decided we're going to stop showing the photos. We've been sent by an unnamed source. So if the producer could load those photos, please. I've sent them. So if they could load them up, I'm going to talk to you guys about the unnamed source, the photos that the unnamed source have sent us, because we feel it's time to get it out there. So if we can get it up, please. Okay, so as you can see on this photo right here, it's the Discord made by WelshRoblox, called the WelshRoblox Fan Club. The bottom guy, named Dean, don't worry Dean, hi Heathcote, that's not you. That is WelshRoblox with the red and blue PFP looking kind of thing, and it seems that he's with 3 other people, probably from the most likely from the Radical Action group and Irish Defenders. So it could be, and of course it could be changed the subtitle. It's not Dean that planned the riots, it's WelshRoblox. Anyway,
yeah, I think I now agree with justice for Dean.
Yeah. Anyway, so as you can see on the first photo, that is what happened. So if we can load up the second photo, please. Give it a second. Okay, so anyway, on this photo here, it says that you can see here they're having a general discussion about what to do with the protest. It's they're getting everybody to join their VC and to seems that they're doing something. It seems that something relevant to the protest in terms of the Molotovs, which may be what happened with those fires that we saw earlier and throughout the course of this special report. So if we can look at the first photo. Okay, so for the third one, as you can see here, they're assembling everyone. Everyone on game, get cars and block the roads. It seems that they were planning to block the roads to make their message heard, and I don't know why the photos have been we've got off the photos. As you can see, they're getting everyone on the game and to block the roads and get the protest, and somebody named Jay saying let's do it, get guns as well. So it seems that they were, this essentially makes them look like they were planning it. And as you can see on the guy named by Cook, I mentioned this earlier, he pinged everyone saying, with anger, we declare war on the Republic of Ireland and NewsNow. And if we can load up the final photo, I think there's one more. I'm not too sure if that's it. No, that might be. Oh yeah, there's a video here, so we can show them here on the announcements. This is the announcements there, which doesn't really show much, but that's basically what we've been given by the unknown source, who we shall not name for privacy reasons. So with that being said, Dean, I'm just going to pass to you for your own analysis on this. Yeah, I can see you're getting away. So Dean, I'd just like to pass to you for your own analysis on these photos and video that we've been given. What is your take?
Thank you very much. So we are now safely in a car, so I can talk a bit more about this without being at risk of them being shot. I think we are in a safe area. What's interesting about the screenshots is, I believe in the third one, obviously I mentioned earlier that Cheesemate Greyfair, or Cheese Greater Mayfair, yes, I said the name right, had denied that the Irish defenders were partaking in the riots, and I will get exactly what he said from the Irish general chat, just so I'm not misquoting him there. But he said that that his group, the Irish defenders, that he calls ID, are not joining with RA, Radical Action. He says that it's an expletive. He says no, they aren't. And then he says afterwards that he literally leads the Irish defenders, and that he's telling us now that that his group has not partaken in the riots and is not mobilising in favour of Welsh. But in the screenshots, in the third screenshot that we see Raj Tutrapi, which is his Discord name, same profile picture and everything, saying everyone get on game, get cars and block the roads. So clearly there's a bit of an issue here that he said one thing in public and another in these leaked screenshots here. So whilst we can't independently confirm that the Irish defenders are partaking in this, what's being shown here from from the source that sent these screenshots, it's very clear that there's two different stories being told here. But nothing changes the fact that the scenes that we've experienced today are very violent. I believe in another one of the screenshots we see Bijay, of course, which you mentioned, who is a former Fine Gael deputy, I believe, former politician of the Dáil.
Interestingly, he was also the leader of Fine Gael.
Yeah, that is true. Yes, he was leader for a short period of time before it went to interim leadership under Ryan A. Heathcote. There's a few other people here that I don't personally know, and I don't know who they are, but their names include Spacey is mentioned here. There's someone called Tim. There's another person called Atop, in caps, ATOP, and another person called WelshRoblox Priest, who I believe in other screenshots is called Cook, with separate letters between them and an exclamation mark at the end. So we've got several various people here, so we don't necessarily know who these people are. I believe we can get an independent confirmation of them later. I'll see if our NewsNow people can get on that. But right now we're in a car, we're quite safe, there's fires in the background.
Sorry to interrupt you, Dean. I'd just like to go off topic from the protest for a minute to give you some breaking news. This is coming from Fine Gael, and it's confirmed by the Electoral Commission that Cillian C. Fitzgerald, that's his old name, I don't know, his surname's hard to pronounce, but Cillian C. Fitzgerald has been elected leader. We don't know the exact score, but he has been elected leader over football loving. We can confirm that it has been announced by the Electoral Commission. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Carry on, Dean.
Sorry. So I'm just currently trying to confirm with some of our NewsNow producers if we can get an analysis on the identities of the people in the leaked screenshots that from our source earlier. We're just getting that from us right now. Right now we are still.
Should I just talk for a bit then?
No, that's fine. We're out of the car now. We are just kind of looking around. Someone has said, asked if they can kill us. They won't kill us, thankfully. Thank you very much, sir, for not
also,
killing
Dean,
us.
I'd just like to ask you a quick question, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Do you think that this contradicts WelshRoblox's previous statement that this protest wasn't planned?
I think there's certainly evidence to show that WelshRoblox has planned this in advance, or at least has capitalised on the verdict or the court verdicts that ruled against Warner Media and in favour of NewsNow, in that Warner Media did defame the NewsNow company. But obviously, it's not our job to make massive claims on that here at NewsNow. We're just here to report what we've been sent and the facts that have been established. And while Welsh himself has said that he didn't plan this and that he didn't coordinate this, there's quite a bit of evidence from our source that he at least capitalised and partook in the riots in order to give himself justice, in his own words and the words of the protesters, in regards to the court case and the court ruling.
But you think this contradicts WelshRoblox's previous statement that it wasn't planned?
I think it definitely contradicts, yes. I think the evidence is very contradictory, and we're going to obviously keep the public informed of any developments that continue to happen.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, that's all I wanted to ask. So we'll just move on to I've just got breaking news that the protesters have broken into the into the NewsNow HQ. Cheese Greater Mayfair, it seems, has just broken in. But oh my god.
You might want to get out of there very quickly.
I think I will need to get out of there quick. I have to get somewhere safe. Dean, I'll hand over to you while I get out of there.
All right. So while our man quickly gets out of there, and I will just quickly do the report on this. with NewsNow headquarters has just been breached by protesters. We've seen a lot of comments that the judge, Dylan Ashford, was bribed by NewsNow. This cannot at all be confirmed. These are just claims, and there are calls for the court system to be reformed in light of the court verdict. Obviously, the NewsNow headquarters has just been swarmed. We are still in Glasgow here on the streets. We are just trying to get to safety. Our camera is losing connection a bit, I think, but that's all fine. I think we are getting new reports right now of something else. That some of our studios have been breached by the demonstrators. Obviously, they swarmed our main newsroom earlier, but they are currently swarming multiple floors.
Dean, I'm just going to talk real quick for a second. If you want, I'm just going to open the hashtag now for people who want to get involved. I'll read tweets throughout the night. If you want to get involved and for your tweet to be read out, use the hashtag. I'm just going to say special report NC, hashtag special report NC, and I'll read it out. Yes, I know, I just came up with the top of my head. I couldn't be asked to think of a better name, but slay. Oh yeah, sorry. Better hashtag NewsNowRX if you want to get involved. I'll read the tweets throughout the night for you to get involved in the stream. But anyway, carry on, Dean.
So obviously right now, a lot of our NewsNow staff are trying to get to safety within the headquarters. But some of our staff outside the headquarters, working from home, have begun analysing the screenshots and trying to see who the people are in the screenshots. And as I mentioned, there was Mayfair was in these screenshots calling for people to get on game and block the roads. We've also got another person here called AAT_OPP, who was the top person mentioned in those screenshots. Our staff are still working on finding out who the Cook ! Person is. We're still working on that right now. But obviously our headquarters has been swarmed and a lot of our staff have had to relocate to a safer place.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get out of the studio. It's not good. I'm going to have to get out of there.
Yeah, security, I believe, are moving in to remove some of the protesters.
Yeah, I'm just having to get... As you can see, I'm just walking about, doing shit. Mm-hmm. Anyway. But yeah. Oh yeah, there's The Rock, by the way, guys. There's The Rock. It's a good meme. It's a good meme.
We are getting more confirmations from our staff right now that Jai, who is in screenshots, is the same person who led Fine Gael and was a deputy within the Dáil. We've also trying to confirm the identity of Spacey within the group chat where the screenshots were leaked. We are just currently trying to do that right now, and we can confirm, actually, it's just come in now, that it is a person called Jamie108264. Again, our analysts are working down the list right now and trying to confirm who the screenshots are. We're just working down that now. I believe some pictures are going to be shown of some of the protesters in our headquarters and outside where our cameraman is, where we are.
As you can see in the NewsNow studio, I might have to get out of here. It's a bit unsafe at the moment. They've broken in. I might have to get out.
Protesters are continuing to swarm in. I believe we did see Danka Linov within our building. He must have gotten the taxi from Glasgow to NewsNow headquarters, which isn't too far away. It's only a taxi ride, I think. But yeah, we are still working down the list. Our members are struggling to find the identity of the person called WelshRoblox Priest in the screenshots. In fact, within the screenshots, the person called WelshRoblox Priest, who also goes by the name Cook, does ask, in fact, for the link to the NewsNow headquarters, or for the address of NewsNow headquarters. He wanted the invite to it so that he could speak to us. And it's also the same person who did say, with anger, we declare war on the Republic of Ireland and NewsNow. Some very inflammatory comments there. from our source, there is also another person that hasn't been mentioned yet.
Yeah, there's a lot of people around me, as you can see. Sorry about that. There's a lot of people. I'm just gonna have to. Yeah, as you can see, I just said I want a divorce because I can. But anyway, okay, sorry. I'd just like to read out some tweets that have been given. So one of them is saying Riley is watching this the special report. Probably Riley John 02. Hello Riley, how are you doing? You absolute legend. And also for another from the Guardian. They're saying the Guardian sources can confirm that WelshRoblox feels that the judge is biased, as shown by the screenshot below. Now, Crawshaw Guardian reporter. I'll send that to the producer to put up on screen. So you can put up on screen now to show you what I'm talking about. And yes, I'm talking while I'm trying to get out of here. So do excuse me while I'm rushing.
I would just like to quickly say now that NewsNow, our analysts have actually just found that one of the pieces of evidence did blow the cover, actually, of the person who gave us the source, but thankfully it was a piece of evidence that we only sent, I believe, one screenshot of, so their identity is protected. I just wanted to quickly say that, something our analysts picked up on, and obviously it's important that our sources remain safe, attacked by the very clearly violent demonstrators that are on the streets of Glasgow right now, and the ones that have swarmed NewsNow headquarters and turned our headquarters into a war zone by extension. I've had my fair share of being engulfed in a war zone before. We are working on finding the identities of the final few people within the screenshots. One person who was shown in one of the pieces of evidence that I believe we only showed a screenshot of instead of the full thing, which was a video, is a Yuckwuck. We're getting a lift right now also.
See, I'm in the lift.
Sorry. Yeah, you are in the lift, quite literally. And it seems to have broken, I believe, our demonstrators have broken
into the old Euro 2020 studio that we've been using throughout the Euro 20 for sports now, and in the Euro 2020 tournament, which is concluded, I shall say. But
just to quickly continue, in one of the screenshots, it is revealed that Yuckwuck, if that's how you say the name, Yuckwuck, who is a former member of the Legislative Assembly Northern Ireland, was a member of the server in question, where all the comments about organising and participating in the riots today was coordinated. We also have another source coming in now, I believe.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Dean, but I've just been given a picture from the producer saying that we can confirm the identity of Cook, and that his name is Superman 99466. He doesn't appear to be in the Ireland Discord, so he may not be an Irish citizen, so he may be from out of the country.
That's quite a development right there, Noah, in fact, because that would suggest that, especially if the claims of this being planned are true, as the evidence suggests, this would suggest that WelshRoblox is trying to get help from outside Ireland in order to justify getting justice and sort of getting back the fact that the defamation case didn't go the way of that Warner Media wanted. So it's quite a development if that is true, and if we've got the right identity on that. I believe we are showing it right now.
I will say, this definitely, like you said, this is more than confirming that it contradicts the statement of WelshRoblox saying that he didn't plan this. This definitely contradicts it. He may have been planning this all along.
Obviously, we can't make those sort of claims as an independent broadcaster, but the evidence is certainly suggesting that these riots were planned, and that these riots were planned specifically by WelshRoblox and the individuals in the screenshot to cause chaos and to cause disruption in order to change the results of the court verdict. One thing that should be noted is this is obviously quite undermining, especially for the Irish justice system, if these are taken quite seriously, because we've seen people on the streets, as you saw earlier in our reporting, that we've seen people essentially say that the court system should be changed in light of the result, because it didn't go the way that Warner Media wanted, which is obviously quite an inflammatory and dangerous thing to say. And we've seen that earlier in Glasgow when we were speaking to members of the public and members of paramilitaries that are partaking in this.
Yeah, I can see that. Hang on, I'm just sending something to the producer. Okay, sorry. So, let's get back to business. So, something has really got it. All I'll say is this: who knew one civil case would just cause such unrest? Like, honestly.
We're getting unconfirmed reports now that NewsNow security has been quite overwhelmed by the number of demonstrators that have entered the headquarters. Obviously, quite a few of them are near you right now.
I have ordered for them to be removed as we speak. I don't know if they are on their way to move them. But what is really interesting, right, is that sure it's a bit disgraceful, but the fact, right, that Warner Media and WelshRoblox recruited people for this protest from out of town, it suggests that a sign of desperation.
Yes, we are seeing, by the way, NewsNow headquarters is getting vandalized. We've just had a picture sent in to us right now, which I will send now to our special reporting communications channel, which is protected from potential interference, especially during these trying times and very sort of violent times. We have been sent sort of pictures showing vandalism within our headquarters, which obviously no one likes. Is quite poor of people to vandalize our headquarters, speaking as an employee of NewsNow, but it's showing sort of the nasty intent of these demonstrators, and it's showing that these protests or these demonstrations are definitely not going to stop anytime soon, I don't think, and I think this will continue for quite a while.
Okay, so we're just gonna we have been on for quite a bit, so if you don't mind, producer, we're gonna go on a 5-minute break. We'll be back in 5 minutes.
I must interrupt. It appears there's more fires here, as we're seeing on live right now. There's quite a few fires just breaking out here, caused by demonstrators. We had a few reports earlier that that members of Radical Action were taking fire at the Guard. So there are definitely quite a few clashes now happening between the paramilitaries and law enforcement. But these are very violent scenes, and we're going to try. Apparently, we're getting a statement coming in here from WelshRoblox's legal team, who one of them is in fact in the studio. We're going to try and get the camera on.
Yeah, so I'll just talk to him right now. So we have him in the studio. So hello, Mr. Patrick. Showering. What is your statement that you would like to say to us?
You might want to get a zoom in, mostly because the quality.
Zoom in like closely on him. The chat's not really that great. I'll just read out because in case you might not see it. So he says, "Well, as the barrister." Oh, bit laggy. We can confirm that we didn't get involved in this lawsuit in order to create violence. He also says, but it is just the public expressing their views of the broken legal system. I've just been... Yeah, thank you. Mr. Patrick, I'd just like to say, you say that you didn't get involved in... Okay, he's just walked off. Oh, no,
he's sitting back down.
Okay, yeah, there we go, he's back. Okay. Mr. Patrick, I'd just like to say that you say you didn't get involved in this in order to create violence. However, there's been several screenshots in claiming otherwise. What is your response to this? So he says, I wasn't involved. I'm not in any of these servers. Yes, but no, Mr. Patrick, your client was involved. I'm just saying your client was involved. So it's quite contradictory for you to say that your client wasn't engaged in this big for violence, but it was engaged in. But the photos and screenshots that we've seen, it contradicts it, don't you think? And also, can we get the security to kick the protesters now, if they're here, of course? When I join, the legal team has said, when I join this case, I joined because it was my job. My client, Mr. Roblox, came to my firm. It's a bit laggy, so I can't. And seeking for legal aid. Oh, it says asking. Okay, so it might be that's the answers I'm probably getting. Okay, thank you, Mr. Patrick. Thank you for coming on the show. And that's it. So, we'll move on now. So, we haven't heard from Dean in quite a bit, so let's go to you, Dean, then. So, Dean, what is going on?
Okay, thank you very much. So, we've just seen a picture here that's come up here, which says Aladdin, and uses an expletive towards NewsNow. We've just been sent that. But one thing that must be noted, I think, is, at least speaking from an impartial point of view here, is that obviously law firms are there to just represent clients, and obviously that they shouldn't really be blamed for what their client is doing. They're representing them in a court of law, and that's entirely fine. That's how our system works. I think we've seen comments from WelshRoblox's legal representative there saying that the legal system is broken, which echoes what was being said earlier from our talks at Glasmore. And another thing that should be noted is that we did see Mr. Patrick there, Mr. Showering, partaking in violence. We saw him with a gun earlier, shooting in the air in front of a burning building. So I believe the calls to violence and his own partaking in the violence can be questioned there. But we are still seeing... I
actually did forget about that. I did forget about that. I should have mentioned that.
Yes, but that's completely fine. Right now, NewsNow headquarters is still being stormed. I believe I'll pass back to you to bring us to a break very shortly, in order to allow security to get people get them out of the building, and to make sure that we. Yeah,
well, as you can see, the studio is on fire, so I'm gonna have to get out of it quick. But we will go on a 5-minute break to get all the protesters out as quickly as we can. Okay, sorry. So, as we were saying, let's get to it. So, 5 minutes. We're gonna go out for 5 minutes to get all this cleaned up, and then we'll be back afterwards. So, we shall see you in a few minutes.
Are we good to speak?
Hello, everybody. We're back. So we'll get back right into it. So, before the break, I was looking at the stream, right, and I just saw from Sir J Biden, which seems to be Jaden, the guy named Jai, the former Fine Gael leader. He says in the stream he says, I can confirm these riots have been 100% planned by supporters. So that is quite interesting. But yeah, so as you can see, I am in a safe place. I'm in another studio, backup studio for things like this. I'm safe, of course. But yeah, I just want to get back to Dean for an overall analysis of this. So Dean, take it away.
Thank you very much, Noah. I'm also in a much safer location now. We are driving out of Glasgow right now in a NewsNow vehicle, so we are slowly getting to safety. But just a recap of the events today for those who are just tuning in. There's been court proceedings between Warner Media and NewsNow for quite a while. A defamation case in which NewsNow claimed that Warner Media defamed them and said defamatory comments. This went to the court, and the ruling today ruled in favour of NewsNow, stating that Warner Media did defame NewsNow with particular comments. Ever since that ruling, we have seen quite a lot of violence on the streets of Glasgow, and of course there have been reports that this has been planned by Welsh, who is the owner of Warner Media, as well as close friends and supporters and colleagues at Warner Media. We've seen obviously the Garda and the ambulance service working around the clock to ensure that the people are safe, to ensure that people don't get hurt, although we have seen multiple buildings being set on fire. We've been shot at numerous times. We've taken several bullets to our press vests. But this comes after the ruling NewsNow versus WelshRoblox, which was the name of the court case, as it was directly aimed at WelshRoblox, who is the owner of Warner Media. This comes after the ruling where obviously Welsh, it was ruled that Welsh did defame NewsNow over certain comments. Throughout today, we've seen a lot of violence. Like I've said, we've been shot at quite a few times, but we are getting to safety now. We're going to get more confirmation soon from another crew, hopefully, or at least from our eyes in the sky on the current sort of the situation in Glasgow as we're leaving. But there's been a lot of rumour or a lot of evidence that suggests that the riots today, following the court ruling, were planned by Welsh members of his staff. And this was sent to us by a special source from within the server where this was planned. We've seen Radical Action and the Irish Defenders mobilise in support of WelshRoblox and declare war on the Republic of Ireland and NewsNow. And ever since that declaration and the violence in Glasgow, demonstrators in support of Welsh stormed the NewsNow headquarters, where Noah currently still is. He's in one of our backup studios. Supporters rushed in, vandalised many of our boards and much of our equipment, and generally sieged the building. Security are still working on restoring order to the area. Local guard within the area where our headquarters is are hopefully going to restore order and get people out the building and restore safety to our staff. Our staff have had to evacuate to special locations, and we have been working around the clock. At least our staff working from home have been working around the clock to analyse pictures that we've been sent in, especially the evidence from our source earlier today. That's the situation as it stands. I'll pass back to you, Noah, for any further development and any further stories.
Thank you. And I'd just like to say, I've been given a statement by the leader of the Radical Action, and I shall read it to you now. It's in my direct messages. And the statement is as follows. Radical Action claim responsibilities for the armed attacks against the police. We will not stop these attacks and are using the civil unrest as a way to continue attacks. The leader of the civil unrest is Frank Carusi. That's his Roblox name. So, that's interesting. So, yeah, we'll get back to it. So yeah, there's been it's been quite tense, as we know. I think what we're gonna do right now is look at the facts right here. Sorry. Okay, so we'll get back to it. So the scene, obviously, right now, I think it's obviously looking bad in Glasgow. It's also the same in NewsNow Studio. Well, NewsNow HQ. I think the protesters are still in, but I'm safe. It's safe at the moment. And right now we're just waiting for any further developments at the moment. So yeah, that's the status. I'm just gonna look at Twitter right now to see if there's anything that if anyone said anything in the hashtag. RT Roblox unknown person's hack with the Aladdin fuck news now picture that was already displayed. So yeah, nothing new. Anyway, so I shall carry on. Yeah, this is continuing. This is continuing on as we speak. It's obviously not going to stop anytime soon, even after we finish this, which might be soon. But yeah.
On behalf of NewsNow, sorry to interrupt. We are still in our vehicle leaving Glasgow, but I should just confirm and reiterate to the public now that in regards to claims, I must stress that word, claims that this was an organised and planned riot. Obviously, we as an independent broadcaster can't confirm that. Obviously, this is based on evidence that was sent in by an anonymous source. Obviously, we cannot make that claim as an independent broadcaster, and it's not our right to. WelshRoblox himself said earlier, of course, that this wasn't organised, but that he was in favour of the riots, as we saw earlier when we gave him a word and when we had an interview with him. However, we cannot at all claim or confirm would be the right word there, that Welsh is at all responsible for the organising or any organisation of these riots.
Yeah. So, yeah. This is a... Yeah, anyway, so... Yeah, Dean, what is going on in Glasgow right now? I know you're not at the scene, but what's going on as from what you're hearing?
We've not got much word from Glasgow since we are currently leaving the area on one of the main roads, but we've heard that it's gone very quiet in Glasgow right now. There was a large movement of demonstrators towards our headquarters earlier, which might have contributed to the storming of it earlier. So Glasgow is quite quiet. There's not much happening there from what our sources are confirming right now. So I believe it is cooling down, and there's not much to report on in the Glasgow area.
Thank you very much, Dean. Well, I think we should wrap this up now. I'm going to give some final thoughts, and I'll give you, Dean, allow you to say some final stuff. My final thought is, it's been a shit show. In all honesty, it's been quite a shit show. Things have gone very terrible, but life can be very terrible. But for this case to be just for this case to turn into some civil unrest, it's been taken out of hand. Really, I will say it's been taken out of hand. But that's life. Things can get taken out of whatever the word I just said very quickly. So that's that really. What I do not understand is that WelshRoblox is saying that the judges are biased, with unfounded, with no evidence whatsoever to back this up. that's the thing I want to just look at this for. But yeah, that's that really. But yeah, so that's this has just been an absolute shit show. Let's agree on that. Protesters breaking into their NewsNow HQ, the Glassmore turning into an absolute scene. It's today's just been an absolute. And I will say, I hope it doesn't continue like the last protest. I forgot the name of it, but I hope it doesn't continue as long as the last protest we had back in Middletown, where it went for 5 days straight due to the Social Democrat government, due to the what's it called, the ATD protesting against the Social Democrat government led by Seacrest at the time, which was going on for like 4 or 5 days. So that's I hope it doesn't last as long as that. But we'll just have to wait and see. Well, with that being said, Dean, do you have anything to say?
There's nothing else to report on from where we are. We're just getting to safety still now. We're quite far away from Glasmore. There's not much more information coming in. No, there's nothing to report. I'll let you sign us off.
All right. Well, with that being said, I'd like to thank the producers for hosting this at last minute. We didn't really plan for this until now, and until like 2 minutes after the case had ended. I'd like to thank Dean Heathcote for joining me and for giving us the scoop on the ground up in Glasmore. I'd just like to thank the whole of Now Court for getting this organised, and thank you to the viewers for watching us and for just being a part of it and for contributing to the stream. This has been NewsNow Special Report, and with that being said, thank you very much for tuning in and good evening.
You speak.